Kazowie. I'm starting. Everybody look at the screens. Hey.
Thanks for the heads up.
Hi. I'll sneak attack, start the show whenever I want. Welcome to Unfinished Business the World, a show where Leticia is the marketing department. So if you wanted to market with us, only talk to her. The rest of us have no idea what marketing words are. We are self-produced. What?
Synergy?
Okay.
Heard of it?
No. I distracted myself. But another man on Hinge, one of his actual pictures was of the cryptocurrency banner. And that's my favorite.
Whoa.
I feel like you should comment on it and be like, wow, this is a great picture of you. This is my favorite picture of you on your profile.
That's a great way to just like right off the bat broadcast yourself as a loser.
Yeah.
Like he's setting expectations right there.
Okay, guys, no, because we need to decentralize the banks and get into cryptocurrency because it's the only thing that's going to save us from economic collapse. I don't believe that. It's so important. No, I don't believe that.
I think we all just had a moment of panic.
Okay. All right, take two. Whoa. We're starting a second time because I got really distracted the first one. Hey, welcome to Unfinished Business Afterworld. Oh, whoa. I made myself a little dizzy. We're self-produced and utilize some online tools for our gaming needs. And if this is your first time joining us, thanks for sticking with it. Welcome to Param, a planet created by the shape-shifting deity, Param the Laughter. Yes, they named the planet after themselves because why?
Yaskier has some questions.
My goodness.
Yaskier wants to know why Param wouldn't name the planet after Yaskier.
Copyright infringement. Anyway, when last we left off, you made it to the Thieves Guild, a place I never thought we would go, and you talked to Seven, whose actual name is Michel de Saint-Aubin. He's got a big old crush on Rhea. We all talked about it openly. And Rhea went downstairs, talked to Halliday, the second in command, the brains of the operation, and she let you know that Slwinska and Van Prombriek would be accompanying you tomorrow morning to go to whichever nightmare stables you wanted to go to tame some nightmares and try and get out of Main City. The doctor sent Pid to go sneak after Rhea.
I did. Yeah.
And I'm gonna need you, Doctor, to make a stealth check for Pid. This is also going to be to see if Pid makes it back into the room with Rhea.
Yeah, because I think we did one initially and it was fine, but I don't think we did one on the way back.
No.
So I suddenly feel very scared about this. First roll of the night. That's not bad. 18?
Oh,
okay. 18.
Some would argue that that's good.
Some would say pretty good roll. So Pid does manage to sneak in the door when Rhea comes back in the room.
And I don't get a new roll.
What?
Nothing.
You can have a new roll to see Pid.
My dice don't like me anyway, so it's not like it matters. Yeah, no. Guys, I have such good perception. Well,
what was your passive? Would 18 beat your passive? Meet or beat?
I think so.
Ow.
Yeah, my passive's just 15.
So Pid makes it back to you, Doctor, and sort of stands on your sits in your hands because you're sitting up.
I imagine myself lying down and then, but that doesn't make any sense actually. So, yes, Gary, we're gonna need your ear out of shot. Go ahead and.
He says he wants to model for PID.
He left. He got it.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I crushed your hopes and dreams. Okay, so maybe I'm like lying on the ground, and she's like,
You're in the bunk beds.
You're
This is bunk
On
bed.
the cots, or not the cots, the
Oh, yeah.
bedrolls.
Did you not want to sit on the cot because it was definitely?
yeah, I'm on.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
in somebody's sleeping bag. I
Like
think
us.
it is.
On the
Yeah.
cot.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rhea's had blood in it.
And probably I'm not sleeping super well because I'm used to beds and I'm sleeping on the floor.
What a slob.
I know.
Okay, so Pid stays up near the ceiling until she sees that Rhea has sort of settled down for the night or for her trancing before she flies over to you and just see your face.
Is everything all right?
Me?
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure she was safe. So that's very good. Good job. I'm gonna like take a little teeny tiny gear and like toss it to her like a treat.
Okay, let's
What does she do with it?
an athletics check to see
Oh
if
no!
tiny gear in the dark.
I mean, like a grain of rice. Okay.
A grain of rice to her little. She doesn't have hands.
You're right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah, what does she eat? Does she have a mouth?
I didn't think she
It's world building.
I thought she had. Actually, she doesn't. She has little eye.
Hello.
I'm really sorry, guys. Okay.
have, like,
Athletics
okay,
is a
here's-
strength. Oh no.
Here's what I picture when I picture Pid. It's kind of like two eyes, sort of Wall-E style, then like a square body that's encasing this gem that you can see that glows softly, this green gem, and then like three little wheels that then bend underneath her to form the little fans that allow her to fly, and two little spiky arms.
Yeah.
Someone to draw a pic for me because I don't think that's what I was picturing.
Just look up BD1, but put a gem in her.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That's
with
what I was-
wheels also.
BB1.
BD.
BD1.
Oh, I pictured like the little bug from Spy Kids too.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting. I was also picturing something like bug-like. I think the like more gear type eyes as opposed to like Wall-E eyes that like zoom in and out. But yeah, the little.
So in any of our machinations of PID, did any of these have a mouth of any kind?
No.
The bug could.
Bug could.
But
You
it
could make
doesn't.
a little oil drop.
Yeah. What if I like it's a tiny little oil gumdrop for her.
Okay. Is it a gumdrop or is it like just you have a little oil can and you spray a bit of oil onto her little mandibles?
Oh, I like that. Let's do that. So I have a teeny tiny oil can and it's
She
just like
takes it and she does this like the little spider thing.
uh-huh.
She rubs all over herself.
That's cute.
And then she like flies in a little circle and like sort of like lays down next to you and powers down. Like wraps herself back within herself.
I'm just gonna like look at her for a moment and just like sort of scratch the top of like where her Wally head is, and then try to get some sleep.
All right. The rest of the night passes without incident.
Someone tries to murder us in the night.
Rhea, no one. Okay. Here's how crushes work. When your friend has
you don't try to
crush
kill
on someone, you
I-
don't kill that person and their friends. You're very respectful of everybody's life force.
Oh, I thought you
This
had to
is
make
the
sure that
code
someone
of
knew
thieves.
your weakness. So my bad.
All right, it's all right. I can see why Rhea would make that mistake. The rest of the night passes without incident. You wake up back in the room with the bunk beds and the Ely wallpaper. And you've got the key to the room, so you can leave as you will. you wake up to the smells of breakfast cooking downstairs.
I think when everyone wakes up, Rhea is like doing stretches and stuff because she's probably been up for a while since she only does the 4-hour meditation, and there's no window, so.
No window.
Did you sleep all right, Doc? On the roll. Sorry. Wow.
Yes, it was very nice of you to. The bedroll was great. Here you go. And then I'm gonna push it back towards you.
I put it back.
And maybe like trip over it on the way out of it. And
however I've been carrying it this whole time, I put it back to where it was.
You're looking a little stiff there, Doc.
What? Sorry.
You're looking a little stiff there.
It's just I'm not used to laying on the ground. I don't understand how you all. Maybe it's because you're so much younger than me. I don't know. But
I'm not much younger.
Oof, I've got at least 100 years on you, right?
I
think. Have we talked about this? I don't know.
We have. You're like three.
Okay.
You're 3-something. 300 something.
337.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
You
both
got a couple centuries on me.
You're both really old.
Yeah.
When you get into your 300s, you'll understand. Joints don't work as well then.
Hopefully not. All right. So
I guess I won't ever understand.
I suppose that's right.
Actually, yeah.
Well, we're dead. So.
Well, yeah. Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I'll never understand, not because I'll die before I understand, but because I guess I'm trapped at this age forever.
Well, benefits to dying while you're young, I suppose.
So the plan for today, yes, Gear, is that we we're going to the Nightmare Stables, correct?
I think that was the plan, yeah. And then
I talked with Halliday, and she said that she would send Slowinska and Vampumbriac with us, just to sneak us there, give us a little extra cover.
Who is that? Who are those people?
Slowinska's the tiefling we met last night. I don't know who Vampumbriac is.
I'm sure just another trustworthy member of the Old Thieves Guild.
Right. Because everyone in the Thieves Guild is very trustworthy.
So far, we're doing pretty well in terms of trustworthiness.
I would say that I am checking my coin purse, but I don't have one on me. Can I?
And also, money isn't real.
It's true. Can I?
Oh, Rachel, you're muted.
Am I muted?
Oh, wait, no. But whatever you just said, we could.
I didn't really put a lot of energy behind what I just said. So.
Can I check to make sure like all my things are on me? Like
do an investigation check.
Yeah, cool.
I hope you like crit fail and you think so.
Guess what? I did.
Amazing.
You go through your stuff like 5 times because you're very sure something is missing, but you can't remember what it is. You double check in your notes, and according to your notes, everything in your bag is there per your notes, but a lot has happened over these past 4 days, and there could be something that you missed or added, and you just can't recall.
I think I would like to leave as soon as we can, although I can't say I'm excited about the prospect of riding nightmare horses, but it does seem like our best option.
You hear booming up from the floor below you. Come on, you lazy bones! Breakfast is ready! And like a pot clangs.
I think there's a pirate upstairs.
Downstairs.
Downstairs. Below deck.
Like a boat.
That's
rather. I'll go like poke my head out the room and just see if there's anyone in the hall. Okay. Well, I guess let's go.
Breakfast is ready, Ammolite says.
All right.
I do think Ammolite has been very quiet since she woke up, though. I think she's being very pensive about the day ahead.
Okay. You guys head downstairs to breakfast, and the whole guild is out in the main area. Van Pumbriek, who you have not met yet, but is the half-orc who you saw with Swinska last night. He is cooking eggs. He's got an apron on, his big flowy shirt still, and just turns to you and goes, how do you ladies like your eggs?
Scrambled?
Excellent.
Scrambled works for me too.
Scrambled. He's got a spatula.
What laid these eggs?
Swinska laid these eggs, right, my dear? And she just looks at him like, oh, he's... hold on, she doesn't have that voice. I manifested the eggs.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
I've been to the mountain. Well, I pretty much am our supply closet, if you will.
But what or how can you manifest something that should be born?
They are something like chicken eggs.
Oh. Do they taste like chicken eggs?
There's only one way for you to find out.
Well, there's actually another way, which is that someone could tell me.
Would you trust a thief?
Well,
Just
actually,
kidding, you can trust me. They
well,
taste
so
like
far I'm
chicken.
actually finding that most of you have been pretty trustworthy. So I was going to say yes.
Excellent, wonderful. Yes, I think they taste like chicken eggs. They taste like what I remember chicken eggs to taste like. No one has said, Slunska, you've gotten it all wrong.
Oh, well then, yeah, all right. Happy to try some then. Thank you for offering.
Wonderful. And he cooks up 2 plates of scrambled eggs and passes them to you. There are some options for like toasts and jams and things laid out on the bar counter section of the kitchen. All right, so you 2 get your plates of eggs. He looks at the other 2 of you expectantly.
I think I'll just go and get some toast. You don't happen to have coffee, do you?
Yes, we've got coffee right behind me. There's a pot already made.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna try to move behind and reach the coffee. Is that possible for me?
Yeah, there's a little stool there as well.
Great.
Someone has painted red hearts on it, and it's pink, and it says Ricker's step stool for tiny boys.
Right. I'm gonna grab some coffee, grab some toast, and grab a seat.
Grab
It's a
some tea.
Scrambled too? Okay, excellent. Makes you a plate of scrambled eggs. Gets himself a cup of coffee, refills Swinska's.
Ammolite also gets a coffee.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There is milk and such if you want milk in your coffee, sugar.
I am gonna get milk, and also I am like in a rumble tacky way, just like trying to surreptitiously keep eyes on everyone and be like, someone is definitely gonna steal something from me, but probably not be very subtle about it at all.
The Githzeri, Rebel San Jose, who you saw last night, is eating eggs at the table. Swinska's there, Van Pumbriek's there. Halliday has her breakfast. She's sitting in one of the armchairs that are in the room. And the priest who you saw, I don't remember if you got his name or not. They are also sitting in the main area, not at the table eating. They look like they finished their breakfast and are just on to a coffee and reading a book. After a little while, a halfling comes stomping into the room in a towel, with a towel around his head, and he goes, Pumbriek, did you save me any eggs? And Van Pumbriek's like, oh, you were taking a shower, a nice long shower for a tough man such as yourself. And you did miss breakfast again, Ricker. You missed breakfast again. You'll have to make yourself some eggs. Everything's still over there. And he very loudly goes into the kitchen, doesn't look at the 4 of you, takes his stool, slams it down on the ground so he can reach the counter, and begins to make himself breakfast. The last to enter the room is Michel de Saint-Aubin, who comes out with a mug and refills himself some coffee and tries to be cool and sits at the table with you guys. So
Good morning.
good morning. Oh, that's right. I'm giving everyone the wrong voices today.
It's okay.
Good morning. Holiday says you're going to try and go to the nightmare stables.
Yeah, that's the plan. Any tips? Should we all be worried for our safety?
Well, you always have to worry for your safety in afterworld, but as long as you're willing to face your nightmares and deepest fears, you should be fine.
What's your deepest fear?
Well, I haven't tamed a nightmare yet, so
If you had to tame a nightmare, what do you think your deepest fear would be?
I think that I would, for being caught and killed in the middle of a heist, probably.
You're already dead. That's a stupid thing to fear.
Yeah,
Insight.
straight up lying. I just rolled it.
Oh,
And I got it.
cool.
Obviously.
Is that how you died in real life?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It was how I died in real life. Trying to
Oh,
get big payday, big cash grab,
so you've
How-
already faced your
Insight.
biggest fear.
Yep. Yep.
Why'd they let you in the Thieves Guild if you died while thieving? Sounds like you weren't very good at it.
Holiday goes, he started the Thieves Guild. He's the one who actually brought us all together.
Is there like a Thieves Guild for people who didn't die while thieving? Like
there are other thieves guilds in other cities, so Records Town might have one, but
Ah.
I rolled an insight check on him, just
What?
FYI.
What?
I rolled an insight check on him, just FYI. 21.
Yes. Did you want to know something else besides that?
It was
alive,
on his,
or-
like, how he died. That's where I...
Yeah, no, that was very it's definitely somewhere in there is how he died. There's probably more to the story than that. You get the sense that it was like the least but most personal thing that he was willing to disclose at this time about what his deepest, darkest fear might be, or at least in relation to that. And yeah, I think that's all from that interaction. I think that's all you get on 21.
Miss Laiika, I think perhaps we should be respectful of our host here, as they have hosted us and given us some food.
No, it's all right. It was less about me being bad at thieving and more about me at that time being bad at people.
At that time.
that time.
Well, since I've died, I've learned a lot about the kinds of people you should surround yourself with. And he gestures to the rest of the thieves.
I'll give you that point. Everyone here seems very nice.
And the Rebel San Jose sort of nods at you.
I'm gonna just, if he's like sitting, is Rebel sitting near us?
Your Rebel is at the table with you. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're
I'm
like-
just sort of passively watching him to
Yeah.
see if he tries to cast any more spells. I don't really think he's going to, but just in case.
You've clocked him. Gotcha. Yeah, he seems pretty intent to be staring into the depths of his coffee currently. Yeah, so Slowinska will come over and say, well, Michelle, if there's nothing else that you want to say to our guests in particular, I would like to talk to them about the stables. And he goes, oh, yeah, of course. I'll be in my office if you need me. And he goes,
Ooh, he has an office.
you can insight check that if you want.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who's like, everyone has an office, obviously.
I got one good roll.
I got a
The only one I'll
20.
get for the game.
20. What did you get, Leticia?
Like a 9.
Okay.
26.
26. Okay.
I want to know everything about the whole layout and hierarchy of this place.
Great. His office is his bedroom. It's just his bedroom. Probably like got a desk in it. But he's trying to sound fancy.
Classic
Michelle. But he goes back down the hallway and you hear a door shut. And everybody else is sort of in and around for the day. As Slinska sits down, the Dragonborn stands up and he goes, I am LeFloc, and should you ever find yourselves back in this section of Main City and in need of sanctuary, the church across the street. Good day. He is dressed in his priest garbs again, and he leaves.
Are you? Are you a priest of Param?
I am a priest of the darkness. I came to the clergy after death.
So you serve?
Oh, I do not serve the change in power. If that's what your question is.
Oh, so you know about that.
Theological implications. This entire conversation is fucking bonkers.
Can I insight check the not supporting the change in power?
Yeah.
6.
All right, I'll do it too. 14.
Hold on, I gotta get out his character sheet.
I feel like, yeah. I suppose this is something Rhea would. Oh, like crit fail.
Use this opportunity to adjust my light really quick.
It wasn't meant to be. I was meant to take him at his word.
All right, what did we all get? Dr. Rumbletak?
6.
Laiika?
14.
Rhea?
I crit failed.
And Ammolite did not care?
Yeah, I'll do it. I got a 4.
4. Okay.
I know the two of us were like, we should just not roll.
Somehow, some way, LeFloc does know about the change in power. You can't quite get a read on how much they know about the change in power, but it is enough that they are confident that their church is a sanctuary.
Okay.
But you trust the darkness.
With my life.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait, did he just say with his life? Sorry, they?
Yeah.
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, as he leaves, I'm going to turn to Rhea and be like, does that mean anything if he's dead?
I don't know. Guess you could take it either way.
For the record, the eggs are great.
Thank you so much. I am a connoisseur of cooking whatever Swenska dreams of. I love my darling. Yes. But...
That's special.
Were you all
about someone in my life? I got my back.
If I could cook eggs, I would cook them for you and myself. Remember
If you could eat eggs, I would cook them for you too.
If I could taste anything, it would be special. I'm so happy.
So, Slenska and Ben Pombriak, did you all know each other in life, or is this post-death meeting of the fates?
Van Pombriak likes to tell the story, so I will let him extrapolate it. And he jumps up from the chair that he is in.
Is he gonna do a song and dance?
The grand story of the fated lovers. And she just like sits back and crosses her arms and gets this look on her face, like, oh, here he goes again. But she loves it. Long ago, before any in this room were dead, save Swenska and myself, I was wandering through the wastes of Afterward. Main City was barely a twinkling of what it is today. The buildings were nowhere near as high or as grand. Only one was made of stone. The Welcome Center. A much smaller, squatter building than it is even now. It had a door back then. Now it's just got an archway. In the middle of the square, performing for what scraps of food and coin she could, stood the most beautiful tiefling I had ever seen in my years of life or death. In the dusty, barren wasteland of Afterworld, she shone like a gem dancing in the wind. And he looks at Slinska. And I knew then that fate had killed me for a reason, and it was that I might meet my true love. So of course I pulled out a lute from an onlooker who was holding it, and began to play for her so she might have music to dance to. She did rebuff me several times, but I am persistent, and since we had nothing but time, I got to know her, and we began adventures together. I went with her while she went to the Mountain of Enlightenment to train in manifesting, and stayed and chatted with all the monks while she completed her training. And we've been together ever since. Joined up with the Thieves Guild to sort of be part of this little group, because Van Pombriac has been so good about sort of indulging my fancies over the years in Afterworld. So, give and take, I've indulged one of his, and I'm very glad that I did. This is a wonderful little family we have here. Plus, it allows us a nice little homestead in Main City to do the other work that we are passionate about, which Holiday did tell us before you came downstairs that there's a little fire genasi boy who could use assistance. Char?
Yeah, we were supposed to help him with his memory child, but I
How did you
think
know?
that would.
I don't know whose accent that was.
How'd you know about Char?
I talked to just going to Halliday. I talked to Halliday last night.
Oh, after we all went to sleep?
Oh, that's why you were sneaking out?
I just wanted to check in. Yeah, I just in case, we snuck out in the morning or whatever. I wanted to make sure.
No, that was a good call. I'm glad you thought of that.
I confess I forgot entirely in the events of the day about our promise to the boy.
Anyways, yeah, he, deserves to get through that if he wants to. He was expecting us back yesterday, so
So are things like that the other work that you do?
Yes, Van Pombrick and we find children in Afterworld and we help them to either try to pursue new life if they want to pursue it, or we used to ferry them to the Wood of the Lost, which is not a place that we take them anymore.
Why not?
Well, the Wood of the Lost is a place where lost souls tend to roam when they can't remember who they are. And in general, it was kind of a scary place, but mostly decent for creating a sort of exciting little life of adventure for yourself. And many children sort of banded together out there, and there were a couple of adults who checked in on them, Swinska and I being two of them. But several years ago, a new child turned up, and he died most violently, and it has not gone well for the children in the Wood of the Lost. He refuses to pursue new life, believing that instead there's someone coming for him. And once he got into the Wood of the Lost, the darkness, not the darkness, but the sort of evil undertones of the place became more rampant. and the children became more feral and wild. And we got out the ones that we could, but we try not to take any new children there.
All from the effects of one child?
Well, he was a teenage boy who had convinced himself that being a human was not enough for him, and he was attempting to turn himself into a tabaxi like your friend is here. But the spell that he found was not good magic, was barely magic, and it transformed him halfway before killing him.
That's
So he is
terrible, but also a little fascinating. I wonder how that works.
Doc.
Sorry,
Did he have a name?
I'll say it.
he calls himself Klaus.
Fuck! I fucking knew it! God damn it!
That's
Rhea
a
just kind of like
real
looks over.
reaction for the record.
Klaus is a really common name, Ammolite. It could have been any sort of child.
I'm sorry, did you say your name was Ammolite?
No.
Too much of a coincidence, Laiika.
Lewinska and Vampumbriac exchange a look that you are all free to insight check.
I would like to.
Ah, that's so much better than before. It's a 10.
15.
Well,
11.
Megan.
Well, you all immediately know that that is the name of the person Klaus believes is coming for him.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something? You all seem to have a very strong reaction to this name. Did you know it, Klaus?
Klaus was a little boy that we saved from a witch, and then I kind of took him under my wing, but then we had to leave, and I
That's the
told
job we were on
yeah,
when I died.
yeah.
Oh,
Told him I would come back for him so he could be my protege, and then I died. I seem to have a record of making promises to young children and then dying, or
Two promises broken does not a record make, Ammolite.
you don't know how many times I made those promises before I met you.
How many other times have you made
literally
that
the start
promise?
of a record is, well, one is a start of a record, so two.
Well,
Kind of give Jerry a look.
That's terrible.
so now he's like evil.
We don't think that the boy.
Ugh.
Hard to say that a child can really be evil. We believe that what he is doing is what he thinks is right or is best for him in death. And I do think that because of the way in which he died, that his mind, I think he can be saved.
Of course he can be saved.
I do think Ammolite.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were done.
It's okay. You can agree. Of course he can be saved. Anyone who is willing to be saved can be saved.
Exactly.
I think Ammolite, if you were maybe willing to go and see him.
Yeah, of course.
Umbria could show you the way to him. And perhaps first you could also help the fire genasi boy if you wanted to.
Oh, well, she can't because she's fleeing town with us. We are getting hunted by some people that are looking for us, and so perhaps somewhere along our journeys.
No. I want my record to be cool girl, good bard, funny sometimes, not regularly abandons children.
Well, it's
Is it
hardly
safe
your
for us
fault
to-
if you died, you know.
You're the one who told me that a record is too, and I made the same promise to my sister, and I left her and Klaus and now Char, and I don't know, I just say shit to people. How many times have I just said things to people and then let them down without even thinking about it? I forgot about Char, and like we made that promise 12 hours ago.
Technically, I made that promise.
Well, I vehemently supported it. And
Is
honestly,
it safe for us?
let's face the fact that the reason we are fleeing is because of me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
The memory trial would have been over, and stupid fake Roscoe Dirt wouldn't have forged the paperwork. And I just keep getting us into messes, and I need to get one person out of one mess.
You also got us out of the mess by convincing him to let the paperwork go.
Then I got him annihilated.
We all did that.
No, we didn't.
Technically, you only know that he's arrested. You don't know that he's been returned.
Yeah, but we
know.
Technically.
Yeah.
Can I look at our two companions and check vibes there? Like, are they reacting to the information of like us fucking with the system in some way?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you can do insight checks on that.
Please be better. Hey, dirty 20.
Hey, they don't seem surprised about the system at
Mhm.
all.
They're like, these
Tracks.
children pay us.
Yeah.
They're kind of just, their vibe is like they're waiting to say something, but they want to make sure that you guys have had your hash out first before, they're doing a lot of that like thing that couples do, people who have known each other a long, long time do, where they're just communicating with looks.
Look, we all, well, I think except for Jerry, made mistakes at my memory trial. I should have been content with merely passing it. So, and I'll turn to Slinska and Van Pumberjack and be like, would it be safe for us to help Char? I would love to help Char, but I figured the four of us showing back up at the memory department was a surefire way to get caught.
Yes, I wouldn't all go back to the memory department.
Well, then it wouldn't be safe for you either, Miss Ammolite.
I, in addition to being a rakish rogue, have disguise spells. So I could get one of you with me to help Char through his memory.
Laiika and I both give Ammolite a don't do it look.
There's lots of people to disguise oneself as that aren't famous.
I know. But it's more fun. Look,
That's fair.
I know I'm the one who's constantly been saying we have to all stick together. And I know that I fought to get the doctor back when he ran off and fought to stick with Rhea when she was fleeing. And I'm gonna do this.
But do you want to do it together?
It doesn't sound like that's an option.
I can't get you all in there disguised. It'll be much more difficult to do a large group than a small group. Also, you don't have to decide right away. We, Ammolite, either way, we'll need to get you a nightmare in order to get to the Wood of the Lost. So why don't we go to the stables? Yes, did you pick which stables you wanted to go to? Van Pombrick and I have our nightmares stabled in the now I've forgotten the name. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
I like you said that in the accent, like she's looking at a map.
Yeah.
We have our nightmares stabled at the Blackwater stables in this section of the city. There is also a section of the city that has stables near the train to Records Town, and there is also a section that has stables along the track that runs to Casa de Darkness. But I don't recommend we go to that one.
Which one do you think is the best for us to then be able to make it out of the city?
Well, since you will be, if Ammolite goes with Van Pombrick, you will be down a member of your group, and it can be difficult to navigate the wastes. But I have been through them with Van Pombrick and on my own for years upon years upon years, and would be very happy to be your guide to Records Down or to wherever else you might want to go in the wastes.
I have to be quite candid with you. We got in a bit of trouble with the authorities. So while we really appreciate your offer, I think there might be more that you don't know about that you'd be signing up with if you wanted to come with us. It would be really dangerous, and not in just like, oh, you're already dead, like, you know, like, it's like there's some real proper scary things coming after us, and I just can't in good conscience invite you along on that journey.
Is it the pink suits?
Uh-huh.
Van Pombrick can keep your friends safe here from the pink suits. And I personally would feel more comfortable coming with you to help you take care of any pink suits that might pursue you across the wastes.
Why?
One, this is the most interesting thing that has happened in Afterworld in a while. Two,
I believe that.
well, Flock has told us that since Perrim and the Darkness have left, Euphoria and the other two chthonic gods in charge, she kind of sucks and is the worst, and killing a couple of her pink suits could be a fun time.
We have not enjoyed our time with her so far.
No, I think anyone who has spent time with her does not enjoy it. The
Can those things die?
Roger hates her. What?
Do you hurt them? Do they bleed?
Who?
The pink suit.
The pink suits? I haven't killed one since Euphoria took over, but in my last encounter with one, he's puffed into dust.
Sorry, since have you defeated a pink suit before?
And Pombrick and I maybe had a little bit of a run-in before we joined up with the Thieves Guild with some pink suits. Their suits weren't quite what they are today, but they still were pink.
How did you defeat them? They seem
We attacked them until they died.
Efficient.
Honestly, it's pretty simple, you know? And then they were going to keep coming after us, and that is honestly part of why we saw that LeFloc was also part of the thieves group, and so he said, hey, can you maybe get these hits off of our heads? And you know, he saw what he could do. And
So are you no longer wanted by the authorities?
we're no longer wanted by the darkness. I don't think we've done anything yet to really piss off Euphoria, so.
But you're willing to take that risk?
Yes.
That is...
I'm sorry, I'm speaking a lot for the two of us. Van Pombrick? Oh, you know me, darling. Whatever you say, I will go along with. One, because usually I'm in agreement, and two, because you usually pick the most fun course of action.
That is extremely generous of both of you.
Give me Well, I don't think you'd need them. While this conversation has gone on and Slewinska and Van Pombriek have sort of told you more about them and what they do, you notice that the rest of the guild, everybody except for Rebel San Jose, has left the room.
Does it feel like normal breakfast is over leaving, or does it feel like a trap? Hang on. Insight, right? 19.
I would have natural 20 for a total of 25.
Hey.
Wasted. I'm just kidding.
Those who rolled get the sense that there was a distinct shift in vibe once Laiika mentioned the authorities. And you realize that is when everybody started to sort of very quietly stealth out of the room.
Oops.
And that it was because they decided to operate under a policy of, if we don't know, then we can't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But the only one who couldn't quite get anywhere, because he is a little bit stuck at the table, is Rebel San Jose. So he's just kind of here with you guys.
Amazing.
Pretending not to listen. Like, he kind of has a dagger out and it's like carving lines on the table just a little bit.
I'll sort of, like, as the conversation takes like a little lull, I'll look over and be like, did you want to leave too?
He goes,
Nice to meet you.
Should probably be a little more careful about speaking about such things in semi-public places, maybe.
this is hardly public.
Places with people in general.
Yeah, that'll be okay.
I don't want to speak for the group, but I do feel like we could use some help. And it sounds like you are aware of the risks. But I will say, I don't think we know what we're doing. We don't really. Some of the ideas have been thrown about. I don't know if they are real. I think as far as we've gotten is getting nightmares and getting out of the city, and we don't have any next steps.
Then let's get you some nightmares. Let's go to Blackwater. It is the closest. Break, my love. Will you get our packs? And he goes back to where their quarters are and comes back with 2 backpacks. And then they say, all right, is there anything else that you wished to do here or maybe needed before we head out?
I don't think I need anything else. My thought was rations, but then I remembered that you are good at such things.
Yes. Sorry, for a second, I thought you, Leticia, were talking to me, Rachel, and I was like, you're right. Fuck rations, fuck the economy.
Yeah, I was also
I don't know what's happening.
Like,
I
tell
was
my
also
Rhea voice that's slightly deeper than my normal voice.
I don't care about rations.
And like kind of threatening. I was like, okay, Leticia, chill.
Rhea's constant state of talking, slightly threatening.
Great. Okay, as you gather yourself to leave, Michelle comes back out and he puts a note on the table, like in a little envelope, and just sort of slides it over to you, and he says, on out again.
Me, Leticia, I'm like, are we in middle school? I was trying to think of like a fantasy equivalent of that. Like, got nothing.
Is that a bill? Did he just slide us like a bill for our time here?
No.
Does it say, do you want to go on a date with me? Check yes or no.
Read it later at her leisure. Let's get up to the street. Come on.
I'll put it in my pocket.
Beep beep. Beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. 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 A beep, 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 beep. A beep, beep, beep. A beep, 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 beep. A beep, 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 beep. A beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. A beep. Beep. Beep, 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 beep. A beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. A beep, beep, beep. A beep. Beep, beep, beep. A beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep. Beep, beep. Oh, beep, beep, beep. Oh, boop, 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 boop. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, boop. Boop, boop.
As we're like walking out, I want to see if I can sort of pull Ammolite back a little bit for the group.
Oh, remember when you tried to do this before and I made you all roll stealth checks?
I do remember. You gonna do that again?
Yeah,
It's
let's
fine.
do it again.
For old time's sake.
Do I have to do it at disadvantage because
No.
of my armor? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, you do. Yeah.
I'm not trying to like. It's not like I'm trying to make sure no one sees. I'm just trying not to be super obvious about it.
Okay.
Like, I'm assuming some people are going to notice.
Let's see how super obvious you are about it.
Well, it's starting off great. 11.
11. Okay. Van Permbrick and Slewinska notice but don't care. They give you your privacy. I don't know. Your passives, I think Laiika and Doctor are both 11 or higher, so.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give them some privacy.
Okay.
I'm gonna look like I'm giving them some privacy, but listen anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at her and say, you know you're really bad at that, right?
Me or
Yeah.
No, not you, Laiika.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get any of the stealthiness. I just wanted to. I don't know, that was a pretty big. I was gonna say bomb to have dropped, but bombs don't exist in my. Well, I guess they do.
They do as a matter of fact.
A fireball to cast in your direction.
Yeah, that was a pretty big fireball to have.
lightning bolt.
cast on you.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that was not good to hear. I did not like that. I feel bad.
I guess I just wanted. I mean, we obviously. I mean, we have you back. You're back, and we would follow you. But I also get needing to do things on your own. But I also just wanted to say, you mentioned your sister, and I get that feeling like you failed someone like that. My sister died my sister died protecting me. So I guess I just wanted to say I understand and
Well, God. Sometimes I look at you and I'm like, there's no one in existence who is more different from who I am. And then sometimes I look at you and I feel like no one's ever known me as well as you do.
I think we just both dealt with our shit in different ways.
Yeah. Well, would you want to see your sister here? I've been wondering that since we showed up. I can't decide.
Ever since I didn't die, all I've been doing back on Param is trying to get vengeance for her, to try and make up for that day, or I don't know, make it feel less shitty. And now that I could see her again. I think so. I think I'd want to see her and just, I mean, if nothing else, I know we're dead, but seeing her would still sort of feel like seeing her alive. And that's all I've wanted.
Yeah. I hope we both get that. I think I spent so much time when we first got here angry because I blamed my family for not seeking new life, you know? But now that we kind of know it's rigged and it's never really happened for anyone, I guess I just want to see him.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I just wanted to say, you know, whatever you have to do, we got you in whatever way you need us to. And if you do need to go after Klaus on your own, I understand, but I hope we can meet up again after.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a god to kill. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Wouldn't dream of doing it without you.
I'm sorry about your sister. Thank you for sharing that with me. I know it's hard.
Sorry about your family.
Let's go tame a fucking nightmare. God,
Yeah,
this...
face that worst fear. Sounds like a good morning.
At least the eggs were good.
Thank you. As you're walking, so I'm assuming this was a walk and talk.
Oh yeah.
So you've gone down several different streets and alleyways, and come to a black wood building that kind of looks like, the front of it sort of looks like a general store in an old-timey Western, in between more brownstone type buildings. There is a very low light and that mist coming off the sidewalks and the cobblestones. Van Pombrick and Swenska, instead of taking you to the main saloon style doors that are there, take you down a little side alley and take you round the back to a roofed open area that is full of dirt. It's like a small arena. It's a small arena off the back of this section of the Nightmare Stables.
Can I do a couple quick things?
Sure.
So I think as we're walking, I'm gonna pull Pid out and I'm gonna say, so I just want to make sure that we're not being followed. Could you just do a quick circle around the buildings and see if you can see any of those pink-suited people?
Pid flies up, and I need you to give me a perception check for Pid. She's doing barrel rolls in the air.
Yes.
She's so cute.
Get.
It's a natural one.
No.
She was singing her song too loud.
She got too excited about her little song.
Yeah, she's doing the cronk.
She barrel rolls. She barrel rolls. You watch this happen, Dr. O. You watch her fly up, and you can hear her faintly beeping to herself.
Oh,
And you
no.
watch as your poor little Pid does a barrel roll right into the side of the building and knocks herself and just starts to fall straight down to the ground.
Oh, I'm gonna run to try and catch her.
Yeah. So you see where she is. Give me an acrobatics check just to add advantage, because
I don't know how I have a +4 to acrobatics, but I do. Gonna need it. The highest roll was a 5. 9.
9. Okay, you almost drop her as she hits your hands, and she's like,
Pid, you have to be more careful than that. You know that you aren't constructed like a tank. I specifically constructed you for very... Don't look at me like that. That's... you... Please, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Laiika is like, the doctor must use like some really strong tanks of water to hold all of the stuff in order for him to get their kid to a tank.
You need to be more careful. There's very, very scary creatures around, and I can't. You have. It's a serious pid. Pid. just go back in the jacket, all right?
Don't make Pig cry.
How dare you, doctor?
Boycotting.
No, you may not try again. Listen, we both had a tough night. It was not a very good sleep. You just need a little rest before we continue our work.
go in her jacket.
Put it in a jacket.
Listen.
And then I'm going to hustle over to Laiika. And I'm going to be like, Miss Laiika, do you think that Miss Ammolite was serious about potentially going off on her own and doing her own thing?
I think she was, Doc. I think you didn't see her with Klaus, but he really meant a lot to her, and vice versa. I think she saw a lot of opportunity and for her own sort of redemption with him, and potential to forge something and to help someone in a way that would make her feel good. I think she's pretty serious about it.
Well, I respect her connection to this child, but also I feel like I'm a little worried about her going off on her own, and you know that sometimes she is slightly impulsive, and I wonder if it's possible to convince her not to go. I don't think separating us is the best idea. I think it would be very dangerous for her to be on her own.
I agree, but also I don't see a way for us to... I think it's something she has to do by herself, Doc. It's something she needs to work through as a person. And I think a lot of the times we kind of hold her back. Yes, in terms
that's
of
what I mean. Though.
But also,
Are you guys trying to have this conversation so that Laiika and Vempombriac do not hear you?
yeah, I think when Pid fell off the building, I kind of went over to make sure she was okay.
I need you guys to both roll stealth checks for me.
Come on, I'm playing.
Is this happening while Ammolite and I are talking?
I think it is.
We just each group tries to have their own private conversation.
What are they
We
talking
just
about?
eavesdrop on each other.
Yeah. So I feel like because now you guys are having your own separate conversation, you don't know what Rhea and Ammolite talked about because you're having your own thing and vice versa.
Aha, no backstory for you.
Sorry, Laiika. I got a dirty 20 on stealth.
Well, I got a fucking 5, so
that's my girl.
No one hears you.
What
Everyone
are you talking about?
Literally the whole city.
Ammolite's fine.
Literally the whole city hears me being like, she has some stuff to work out about her relationship with children.
As the two of you are talking, Laiika comes over to you and she just goes, I'm sorry, I can hear what you're saying.
Everyone can always hear what I'm saying. Don't worry about it.
I think your friend Laiika is right, though, Dr. Rumbletag. I think, and if it is any consolation, your friend Ammolite will not be alone. Then Pombriak will go with her, and if they need more people to go with them to the Wood of the Lost, the Thieves Guild will be more than happy to assist.
That's very kind of you. I just,
What is your worry?
well, I think, and I look around to see if like Ammolite is nearby. I think Miss Ammolite is, she's just slightly impulsive. And sometimes her impulsiveness is, I don't want to say a problem, but it can get her into trouble, and I just worry about her getting into trouble without us looking after her and making sure she is all right. And maybe we should wait while she does this thing. And is there a way that we can travel together?
Doctor,
She's
I'm
a grown.
me a sending stone, so you can check in once a day with Ammolite if you need to, with Vempondriac. And while it may seem like I wear, the authority, I am the authority in my relationship with my husband, he, quite frankly, is the one who has gotten me out of my impulsive scrapes. So he knows what he's doing with impulsivity. He has a lot of bluster, but he has also a lot of brains.
I
And when it
believe
comes
you.
down to it, Doc, I'm sorry to say, I know we all seem like infants to you.
You are all very young.
Doctor.
Well, no, I'm yeah, but we, our brains are fully developed. Where Ammolite is an adult, and if she wants to do something, we can't stop her.
I cast sleep on Ammolite.
You have sleep.
That's true.
I cast sleep on Ammolite.
There it is.
Doctor, I need you to roll I'm going to roll an insight check on you. And what Slowinska is trying to figure out is if you are projecting onto Ammolite because of someone in your life that you could not.
What? No, none of us have such
You
people.
don't do that.
We're all
In the
well-rounded.
So either
individuals.
persuasion or deception, depending on what it is.
I got a 17.
Woo, good luck, Doc.
He is 100% projecting. Absolutely.
Oh,
Doctor,
Baby.
was there some
Even Yaskir's like, hun.
Doctor, baby. No.
was there someone in your life when you were alive who Ammolite reminds you of? Maybe someone you could not protect or needed to be there for, but you weren't there for them?
Rumbletech gets very red all of a sudden. It's like, I frankly don't think that's any of your business.
I mean, it seems like it might be a bit of a relevant question, though.
Yes, yes, I suppose, but she's a very different person. This is a totally different situation. She has fantasies about killing gods. It just seems reckless to me.
I think to call it a fantasy is a bit unfair to Ammolite. It was a plan.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that seems just very reckless and dangerous and also irresponsible, frankly. And so I just don't think that she should be trusted on her own. I think it's very important that
Not be on her own. Then Pombriak will be with her. And one thing that it does definitely understands is that if you are going to kill a god, there is strength in numbers. The two of them are not going to attempt that by themselves. All right? I will make you this promise right now that if there is any god killing to be done, I will be there at least. And if I am there, most likely the rest of you will be there, since I am going to be escorting you across the waste. I've already decided that. I feel like I maybe was trying to let you think you had the choice, but you are going to wind up in the waiting room. I feel it in my soul, and I don't want that for you.
Also, Doc, I don't think Ammolite would kill a god without me at this point, because I was pretty excited about it.
Yes, I know. I was there.
Doctor, what happened to the person that you feel you had to protect but couldn't protect?
Yeah, spill, Doc.
Laiika's sassy today.
She is.
I'm here for it.
I'm not worried. She doesn't know any different, but you know.
I'm not sure. She hasn't spoken to me in a number of years.
I knew it. It's your ex.
Was it a wife, a child?
A sister? I've heard that's going around.
No, you didn't.
I've intuited that that's going around.
Sisters exist, sure.
You know what? I think we're getting behind the rest of the group. Perhaps we should catch up.
Sure, Doctor, sure.
We'll have plenty of time to get it out of him. Get it out of him. That's really fun to say.
That was
He's just gonna like beeline as fast as his little gnome legs can carry him towards the stables.
I also just want to point out, I love that it wasn't, I won't let her kill a god. It was, I won't let her kill a god alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Incredible. I love that support. That's women supporting women.
Yeah, right there, y'all. Boom.
I'll let her kill a god alone. Come on. None of us will. You know, one of the reasons Slunska says this to you, like as you sort of rejoin the group, one of the reasons Van Pumbriak and I help children so much is because when I was alive, I never got the chance to be a mother and always wanted it. And so when he and I fell in love in Afterworld and I told him about that, you know, we sort of found ways to become parents in what made the most sense to us. So I understand about projecting. I hope your doctor friend can open up to you.
I hope so too. Thank you for helping children. I'm not sure why I'm thanking you as if it's my place, but I really respect that that's what you've decided to spend your afterlife doing. I think it's a really noble calling.
Thank you.
And probably fun sometimes because, you know, kids often are fun to be around.
They are fun. They are.
And just thinking of some of the things, like if I could manifest when I was a kid, I would have had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes, there are certain children who I have taken to the mountain to become good manifestors.
Wow.
Some of them, their imaginations are a little bit too much for the wastes, I think. We're nearly there. Let us catch up with the group. And you guys make it to Blackwater Stables. They show you to the back, and there appears to be nobody there.
Real fast. On the rest of our
Yes.
during our walk after Ammolite and I talk, I'm gonna try to manifest something. I want to do it like in my pocket so that if I fail, no one knows. Because I don't have a great track record with it. I'm trying to manifest a little like basically like a D&D mini.
Okay.
But like out of wood, and it's char and like armor and holding a sword and looking really cool.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, so
That's the only thing I've successfully managed. Oh, and no, we'll just do that. I kind of want to try and make it smell like char soda, but I don't trust my skills.
Yeah, let's just do the thing first, and then maybe you can try a little later.
Make sure it's the right size to ride on the horse.
Because he has a little wooden horse.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna say to make a little figurine with joints so that he can ride on the horse or not ride on the horse. DC was gonna be 10, now it's gonna be 11, just to like make
Oh,
like.
sorry about the joints.
But it's still DC 11. Okay, I believe in you. 13. Make a little figurine in your pocket.
Thanks.
Cool.
Cool.
Also, I want to remind everybody, because I just looked at my chart that I keep of the manifestation log. Ammolite has invented Cheetos, and that's a thing that exists in the world.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Remember that as a group.
Shit, I forgot about that.
That was a good.
It's a good time.
That was a good session.
Okay.
Fuck, I want to have some. I manifest some fucking Cheetos.
We're just standing in an empty stable and we just hear.
Wait, I manifest Cheetos because I'm in preparation to tame the nightmare. I'm gonna give it some Cheetos.
All right, you can manifest Cheetos for that reason.
Do I have to roll?
Yeah, Ammolite will have to talk you through it, give you the help action.
Ammolite, I'd like to manifest some of those delicious cheesy snacks so that I can offer them to my potential steed.
Oh, Cheeto. That's right. That's
I forgot about those. Those were good.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think a nightmare will really like them. Well, I mean, I think anything would really like them because they're freaking delicious.
Yeah, they're really good.
I should have tried to offer some to the caribou when it was out. Oh, it's spiritual though. I don't know if it can. Ooh, can nightmares eat?
Only one way to find out, baby.
Again, with these metaphysical questions happening all the time.
I mean, we can eat, so I bet they can eat.
I think it's important to remember that the Cheetos slogan is dangerously cheesy. So I'm wondering if we really need to add this danger to our lives.
I do also love that it's like a cheetah is there.
Yeah.
So seriously, now we got you.
Are you manifesting it for real though?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You can roll it at advantage because you're getting the help action from Ammolite.
So it's like you're taking a bread and then you're making it really crunchy, almost like it's stale, but in a good way that works. And it's not like liquid cheese. It's almost as if you took all the water out of the cheese and then it was just dry and dusty. And then you coat the stale bread with the dry, dusty cheese, and it works.
I understand you perfectly. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh yes.
I'm so glad we used a natural 20 on Cheetos and not nightmare taming.
Actually, I
roll
rolled
for the
18.
important stuff.
I rolled an 18 and then a 20, so I'm done with
Your
good
nightmares were
Great. Nightmare's gonna be great. Van Pombriak and Slinska, what you've created and have listened to this talk about the Cheetos. Can we try one?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
really
seem to have manifested a good amount here, right? Did I like did a nice big bag?
Yeah, it's a nice big bag. It's like a party
size bag.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is very good.
Aren't they great?
The best
I'm
part
like
is if you
scented
keep
them.
eating, the cheese like sticks to your fingers, and then you can just like click
kinda
off
lick
all the cheese. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have that's okay. We're gonna wonderful.
We'll talk.
Excellent.
Next time when we meet back up with them, it's like the only rations they've been eating.
Yeah.
Just Cheetos the whole time. That's how we fix the Wood of the Lost, is the power of Cheetos.
Yeah.
Good idea. Write that down, Megan.
I will.
So you're at the arena towards the back of the stables, and there is a small gate. And Van Pombriak just says, "All right, who's first?"
The
I guess
steeds.
I'll go.
All right. Now, when you walk into the arena, it will change into your worst nightmare, and then you will have to defeat your nightmare. So,
Is
Any
this like
tips
a-
on how one does that?
each nightmare is different. Some people attack their nightmares and beat them into submission. Others tame their nightmares through alternate means. Slewinska befriended her nightmare. I tricked mine into being bridled.
We say ridiculous.
Yeah.
When it pops out of the closet, if you get a stick.
Is this if we fail, is this a thing that could put us back in the welcome center? Are they lethal?
It could potentially. You should be able to see the gate so that at any time you can escape. But some people do get so lost in their nightmare that they can no longer see the gate.
Great. Sounds lovely.
Swinska and I will have it open so that you can see the light from where we are and where your friends are. And we'll make sure that none of the nightmare gets out.
And we can't go in like together?
Not for this.
Oh, guess we'll just have to get used to doing things on our own.
Sometimes. All right, Rhea, you said you'd go first?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, you step into the arena, walk out into the center, and where does Rhea's mind go?
Her mind goes to the dream that she had every night back on Perrin. The smoking, the choking smoke, the panic, the pain.
The landscape in front of you shifts to that village. The village, the final resting place of your sister, Vidani. The place where you thought you had once died.
Can we see this happening or no? Okay, thanks.
The gate is open. You can see things. Sounds are muffled, but you can see things. And you watch as this village on fire appears around Rhea, and smoke rises and does begin to obscure your vision somewhat. Rhea's, it obscures your vision like it does in the dream. What would you like to do? Where is your head at? Where is your heart at?
I think, yeah, she's back. She's back in that memory, and she's standing there holding her stomach, and then Vidani appears in front of her like she does in the dream, putting her hands out, her being like, no, this isn't going to happen. And then just that moment of the sword all of a sudden being thrust through Vidani's chest, and the blood covering her. But this time as Vidani falls to the ground, and Rhea looks up, she sees that the person wielding the sword is herself. Her eyes clouded over, like Matt and Jace were when Euphoria took over his body, and she has like horns like a demon and a long slithering tail like the one she saw leaving on the actual day.
Okay. What do you want to do? Donnie's body falls off the end of the sword. You are face to face with a demonic version of yourself.
I think Rhea freezes for a second. She knew this was going to be sort of what she was, something like this, but she wasn't really prepared for it. But eventually she's just going to try and say no. And she's going to take out her sword and slice her arm and let it light up, and is going to try and attack herself.
As you take out your sword and light it, there's a sharp pain at each of your temples and a pain in your lower back. And if you reach up, you find that you have horns and you have a tail as well, mirroring the creature that slaughtered your sister. You are the creature that slaughtered your sister.
Is the other version of myself still there?
Yes. It's grinning at you wryly.
She's just gonna like scream, and like tears coming down her face, scream, and just try and slash at it.
Okay. Give me an initiative roll.
Oh gosh. Oh, that was bad. It's so quiet. 9.
9. You get to go first.
Wow, the dice hate the other me too.
They're confused. They've never been in this position before.
Yeah, they're like, I don't.
Who do we
We're
kill?
Leticia, but we also hate Leticia. What do we do?
What happens?
I did say slash, so I will do that, even though it would be smarter to do this other thing.
Did you light your sword with fire?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I will, like, as I'm like stepping forward to take a swing at it. Nope, I'm gonna take a swing at it first. Lies, sorry. Okay. Ugh. It is a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. I think it's a d6 now. It is 12 slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Okay.
And then I can attack twice. That one is a natural 20.
Nice.
To hit. And I did write down somewhere what we decided. Crits, roll the dice twice. Okay.
Roll the dice.
So 8, 13 slashing and 7 fire damage. And then as my bonus action, I kind of like flick some of the blood off my sword back at it. And it like comes out in thin strips and attempt to wrap itself around them. And I try to use a blood curse of binding. So it must succeed on a strength saving throw DC 14.
It rolls a natural 1.
Nice.
Killing it.
Oh, wow. I don't know if this reflects how much faith Ray actually has in herself, but I like it. So the crow's creature speed is reduced to 0 and it cannot take reactions until the end of my next turn. So I am gonna just like take a step back out of its theoretical reach.
Okay. Its arm draws down with the sword and picks up. It comes back up as a short bow. Have we ever talked about how your blood curses work with short bows? Can they?
It just has to. It does still work. It just is like you only have to take the damage once.
Okay. So the creature takes the bowstring and licks it, slicing their own tongue. Knocks an arrow to fire at you for a dirty 20.
Okay.
All right, so you take 4 plus 2, so you take 6 piercing damage, and then you take 1 cold damage.
Sneaky. Because she also has the ring of fire resistance, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. You see a ring glint on her finger as she pulls back the bowstring, and you remember your own ring. And then she is going to do the brand of castigation. Each time the branded creature deals damage to you or another creature you can see within 5 feet, the creature takes 3 psychic damage. Yes, so you have brand of castigation on you, and it is now your turn.
Okay. Damn. All right, I'm gonna realize this, and I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna like shake the fire off my sword and recut my arm and switch it to cold. That's a lot of damage. And then I'll come back up to attack it again. That's a bonus action, so I can't use that this turn. Okay, so I'm just gonna attack twice. That is a 19 to hit, and a 17 to hit. Both hit. That sucks. So 10 damage and 12 damage.
Your visage stares back at you.
Oh, and I take 2.
Action 2. Yeah, you take 6 psychic damage, right? Because it's whenever you
oh, it's 3 psychic damage, yes. So I do take 6. Checks.
That is you and isn't you looks at you and just in Infernal says, because you speak Infernal, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or Abyssal. In Abyssal says, do you really think killing me will absolve you of anything? And we'll attack you twice. 1 will fail, 2 just a 3, and fires 2 more arrows in your direction, both of which miss.
Oh, I'm next to her now.
Oh, you are right up in her business.
Mm-hmm.
She takes the bow again and switches it back to a sword and goes to slice at you, but both of her attacks miss.
Cool. I will just kind of like grin at her and say, well, it's as good a place as any to start. And then I will gonna use another blood curse. I'm gonna do
She's looking incredibly hurt.
Okay.
FYI.
I'm gonna do blood curse of the marked, and I'm gonna amplify it. Oh, that was nice. So a little bit of the ice from my sword kind of crawls up my arm. It does a little frost damage to me, but then it gives me advantage on my next attack, and I roll an additional d6 of right damage against it for every attack that till the end of your turn whenever you hit the target. Yeah, okay. Thank goodness for advantage. Okay, it's a 17, so it hits. And then that one is a 23, so it hits. So the rolls suck though. 9 damage. I need to remember my dice don't like being rolled together, because I always roll low when I do that. So
stitches, but we are a little stitches.
I'm a little,
right,
you know,
you're very stitches.
They don't have room to, like roll around in your hands, you know? Yeah. And then it's another 12 damage.
The first slice catches her across her body, and then the second slice, you run your sword through this creature that is you and isn't you. And as the last life leaves her, she grabs the blade, pulls it into her, and turns into Vidani and just looks at you and says, why? Before fading away. And the smoke recedes, and the rain comes, and the ground turns to mud. And seeming from a great distance away, a creature comes towards you at a slow walk. It is a majestic, black, sleek beast with a flaming mane that stops in front of you and just puffs out, waiting for you to do anything. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me. DC 15. You have advantage on.
Okay. I'm so bad at these.
Is she still within 10 feet of me?
If she doesn't make it, we'll say that she is. Did you make
It's
it?
a DC 15, right?
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw is a 17.
you've defeated your nightmare.
Okay. I just sort of like
Woo! Yeah.
Ha!
I was trying to be quiet, but now I'm like, yeah.
I just like slowly walk up to it until I can like sort of grab his face, and then I just sort of put my bury my face in its on its neck for a second. To
Isn't its vein fiery? Isn't that hot?
I don't care.
You don't feel it. It doesn't burn you.
Oh, okay.
Burn you at
I'm
all.
gonna bring a fire resistance. I routinely light my sword on fire. I don't care.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
As the rest of you watch, you see that a horse has come up to Rhea, but it is hard to see. It is obscured from your vision, and it is difficult for you to see Rhea while she is in with this horse. You don't get a sense that anything bad is happening, but it is a little bit confusing. And Slunska just says to you, Don't worry about your friend. Each nightmare, once it is tamed, appears different. So your friend's nightmare must have a special ability that helps to obscure itself and its rider. I'm sure she'll be able to tell you more once she has become more acquainted with it. And Rhea, in your head, as you sort of like have the horse's face in your hands and are letting it smell you, you just hear, hello.
They talk.
Hello. Do you have a name?
Not yet.
All right. And I will just try and turn around and start leading it down to the arena.
Okay. She will follow you out of the arena.
Just sort of awkwardly try and wipe the tears off my face.
When she leaves the arena, is she still like wounded?
Yes.
Save your spells for your
Lay on hands.
Okay, I don't know how well this is going to look in your notes, Leticia, but if you check your notes, you will see the stats for your nightmare.
Yay.
Oh.
Oh, cool. How wounded are you, Leticia?
I took a chunk, but I'm alive.
From a scale of 1 to the maximum of your hit points.
On a scale of 0 to 60 something, I'm looking about a 34.
Oh, okay. I gave her 10. I gave you 10.
Cool.
I can go next.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Ammolite walks into the arena. Thanks.
All right.
Do I describe it?
You can describe what your worst nightmare is.
Sorry,
What's
Peach
happening?
is screaming.
What you hear is your cat screaming, a toddler throwing a tantrum, and 2 musicians with drums.
I'm having a great time in my building tonight.
Oh,
I think Ammolite's like when she thinks of the thing that she's been afraid of the most in her life. When she was growing up in her village on the mountain, they were like a really small tribe of tabaxi, and her grandmother would tell her about all of these horrifying creatures that lived in the surrounding woods to try to keep Ammolite from venturing off and exploring. And what she didn't know at the time was that those were all mostly like fibs. There wasn't any like horrible, scary monster. It was just to try to keep the poachers away from the village, which obviously eventually Ammolite did wander into the woods and was the reason that the poachers found her family. But I think she still has like this very deep-seated subconscious fear of this giant sort of like dire wolf monster. Yeah. Yeah. But with like scales and horns, that's just like waiting just beyond the lines of the trees to get her. Oh, Leticia, you were muted. If you said something. Oh, okay.
Was making a Pocahontas reference. Continue.
Just beyond the yeah. There it is. Yeah, so I think when she walks in, it probably, I don't think it like turns into the tribe village where she lived, but it probably turns into like a very familiar clearing in a forested area. And she probably sees like a set of eyes glinting in the shadows.
You do. And suddenly you are that young tabaxi girl again, wandering a little bit too far away from her village. And you can see just on the other edge of the clearing where you've been playing a set of yellow eyes trained on you.
Hello?
You hear a low growl.
Um,
Do you want to do a perception check to try and see it more clearly?
yeah. I got a 17.
The creature is mostly shadow from where you are. You can see it move between the trees just outside of the clearing. Its giant lupine body with rows of spiked horns. Its fur more scale than soft. It hits a patch of sunlight between two trees, and you just see blood seeping from its massive jaws as it looks at you and paces.
And just to be clear, I'm small now. I'm
a girl. Yes, you're gonna still have all of your stuff if you choose to fight. If
but
you
I'm
choose to fight, whatever you choose, you've still got all your stats. You are just
I'm just in the body of a 10-year-old tabaxi. Great. I think she's like, whoa, my shoulder feels great for the first time in years. I think I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. So I'm gonna say, are you real or are you just a fable?
It spits some blood out of its mouth as it continues to ooze. And it has a bit of a hard time responding to you because of it. And it just says, what are fables, if not exaggerations of the truths of the world? In this form, I may be a fable, but the fear of me is very real. The threat of the creatures beyond the woods.
Well, I was gonna try to befriend you, but I guess I'll just kill you. Do you want anything? Will you leave me alone if I give you like a piece of steak or do you just want me to die?
Roll an insight check for me. His pacing becomes more erratic behind the trees.
Insight. Oh, I got a 21.
You watch him regurgitate more blood and spit more onto the earth. And it doesn't seem like something he is doing because he wants to be doing it. It seems like there's something wrong with him on the inside. Something that could possibly be healed.
Oh, great. Where's my healing ability?
A way to make him from this evil, scary sort of fable into, you get the idea that you don't have to kill him in order to defeat this fable.
And I think Ammolite said, like, slow puts out her hands and like slowly starts approaching. It was like, I don't want to hurt you. Like I've learned that you're not the bad guy. If anything, you were just created to protect me and protect my family. And I don't want to be afraid of you, but I have to defeat you somehow.
You can give me a persuasion or an animal handling check.
I mean, I'll probably do persuasion because I have so much more of that. But I crit failed, so.
Oh.
He sinks a little further back into the shadows, unsure of whether or not he can trust you. Wish to hurt you either, little one.
I think Ammolite starts taking off her shawl, which was, she's always worn it, and she says, my mom gave this to me. It was from her mom and her mom before her, and it's been passed down to everyone in my family, but maybe I can use it to wrap up a wound or give you a sling, or it's the only thing I have that I care about, but I think it could help you.
Do you want to try casting any other spells or doing any bardy things? I don't know what you've got in addition to that, since you just rolled a persuasion check and it crit failed.
Great point.
Tell it a joke.
Let me cast Hypnotic Pattern as I'm like approaching to try and charm this creature so that I can like work on mending its wound. So you need a wisdom saving throw.
I rolled a 16.
That ties.
Okay. Then I'm going to say that the fable understands what you're doing and is going to allow it to happen.
And the hypnotic pattern is still there, just so we're clear. And Ammolite as a 10-year-old is kind of distracted by it. And I think it's so funny to try and like imagine. I feel like when you're, at least Ammolite, like as she's in her 10-year-old body, she probably has reverted to like some childlike mindsets because she's pretty childish to begin with. But she's like, even if she knows that it failed, she's probably convinced herself that it has worked, if only to like psych herself up to be brave enough to approach this creature.
Oh. And as you have created this hypnotic pattern, this moving picture in the sky in front of this fabled wolf, he does take a step or two into the clearing. And as the sunlight hits his strangely scaled fur, you can see that it's more like porcupine quills than it is like harsh scales. And the blood drips onto the green grass as you approach.
She continues walking forward. Can I do a perception check to see if I can like spot any wounds or? Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. I got a 26.
26. Okay, as you're looking over the creature, there does not seem to be any physical outward sense of where the injury has come from. You get the idea that this is an internal wound.
Oh shit. I don't know if I can help you.
But you know from, when parents have healed children, that even sometimes if the wound is on the inside, helping or doing something on the outside can still give a healing energy to whatever is going on.
Okay, I think she like
also from watching Rhea's nightmare. You give me an intelligence check. Give me just a straight intelligence check.
14.
You get the sense that even though Rhea was like, I'm gonna kill it, you watched twin versions of her fight each other. So it was clearly something internal that she was fighting as well.
Gotcha. Whoa, Ammolite was smart for figuring that out. I think I
Had
walk
you gone
forward.
first, it probably wouldn't have been 14 made it, but 1 second, that helped.
I probably walk forward and like I put the shawl, realizing that I can't like use it to tourniquet a limb or like stop a bleeding or whatever. I just kind of drape the shawl over its like shoulders and head and try and wrap it and like rub like with the quills so I don't get pricked and just try and like soothe. And then probably like take out a cloth and try to clean the blood off of its snout.
Okay. It will look at you with its yellow eyes that have sort of dulled now that it is in the light, have dulled to more of a golden sheen versus that sickly yellow they were in the dark. And as you clean its muzzle and clean off its teeth, it growls low to you and says, "There is something down my gullet that hurts me. Would you reach inside and pull it out?"
And you promise you're not going to bite off my arm?
This is where you'll need to trust that a fable can be there for your own good.
And I think Ammolite looks at the shawl again, knowing that it like came from her grandmother and like the generations before, and then looks at this beast and knows that it too has come just from generations before, and like just solemnly nods once and rolls up her sleeve.
Okay.
How well can we see what's happening right now?
This one you can see very well. It looks like she's in a lit thicket. And it looks like it's again hard to hear, but she is approaching this beast and it doesn't seem to be harming her. But you can see that it is a monstrous creature and that she's cast a spell above it, and that Ammolite seems to be a child again.
Can we see like the intentionality of
You will have to
you
roll.
like rolling up your sleeve to like put your arm in the creature, or do we just see your arm go down this creature's throat? I'm trying to figure out if Rumbletack would be like, she's getting attacked now and eaten by this thing.
I mean, depending on like what Rachel has in mind for how it opens its mouth, I think it'll be pretty obvious. And like, I'm not gonna do it quickly. Like, it's gonna be
Yeah, you see that.
Okay.
Okay, so I reach my hand down.
And I'm gonna have you do a sleight of hand check to find and pull out whatever's in there.
25.
25. All right. You reach far down and you begin to touch something that almost feels like a pine cone.
Whoa.
And you grab a hold of it and slowly begin to pull it out. There are times where the jaws sort of contract a little bit as he fights to keep his mouth open against the pain of it coming out of his body.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you do work it all the way out.
Well, how did this get in there?
He's like throwing up blood, so he can't answer you. But if you look down, you see that it is not a pine cone, but it is the head of a mace, which you do remember from when the poachers came through your village.
I drop to my knees and just like hug him around the neck.
And as you are doing that, I would like for you to make me
the happiest woman in the world and be your wife. I do.
Oh my gosh, Megan! Hinge. Excellent. I want you to make me a charisma saving throw, DC 15 at advantage.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Yay! As you are hugging the snout of this creature, now this is gonna be up to you. I made Rhea's nightmare a horse because Rhea is a straightforward person, so I just kind of assumed that she wouldn't pick a different animal. It's just like, it's gonna be a horse with fire hair. That's what the nightmare looks like. Rhea's the one that creates it, unfortunately.
Wow, I think you just called me basic.
You manifested your fancy clothing was a velvet cloak that was all black. I'm just going by what you roleplayed in the past.
I'm not the most creative person in the world.
Rhea is not. Leticia is. All right. So you can choose, Ammolite. Will your nightmare be this creature from your grandmother's fables to ride around on, or will it be something?
Yeah.
I want this scary ass porcupine wolf monster.
Fuck yeah.
They can fly?
Yeah.
Nightmares can fly?
Uh-huh.
Hers can.
So can yours.
Oh, cool. I didn't like that. Ooh, it even has, if you open it in the thing, it has cool little like parchment look to it.
I'm sorry, I just ordered the basic nightmare. I don't want to fly.
I don't know why mine can fly.
Basic nightmare
This
flies.
unicorn shit. Sorry, what?
Basic nightmare flies.
Yeah. It does fly. Damn, 90 feet.
Yeah. Van Pombriac just goes, that was lovely. He's crying like a little bit over both of your nightmare things. Van Pombriac. So with 2 of your party members having tamed their nightmares, and added them to their characters in D&D Beyond, we will wrap for the night and pick up next time with our final 2 members taming their own nightmares. Remember, you're champions, you're scholars, and you have great boobs. Good night.
Bye.
Ostensibly, if we put Laiika as Luke Skywalker, there's his twin somewhere.
Yes, that's true. Oh my gosh.
Gotta be
I can't
Rhea.
wait for the twin. But then you have to like sort of have weird sexual tension with them, and then
It's gotta be Rhea.
Your twin is actually Michelle de Saint Aubin. You're in love with Rhea.